Swimming like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hello and welcome to the video wrap-up show for the Shrimp Tank podcast in Seattle. I'm Dan Whedon, and I'm joined by my co-host, Michelle Bomberger. Today, we had a fantastic conversation with Jennifer Fischer from Bellevue Lifespring. You got to watch the entire episode. Subscribe where you get your podcasts. You can also find all our episodes on our website at shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle. Jennifer Fischer, thank you for having been a guest with us today. We learned an awful lot about Bellevue Lifespring and the people in the community that you work with. For those listening now, give us a quick recap. Who is this 110-year-old organization? What is it that you do?
Well, first of all, Dan, thank you for having me. And thank you, Michelle. Michelle is, I want to introduce as a board member of Bellevue Lifespring, and I've known her for some time. So thank you, Michelle, for your commitment to our board. As you mentioned, Dan, yes, 110-year-old organization started on Hunts Point right here in Bellevue, Washington, and with a tradition of neighbors helping neighbors. And our goal as an organization is to support children and families in our community that are living in poverty. And one of the biggest challenges that we have is that people don't think with the affluence of Bellevue. For those of you who don't know, Bellevue is a suburb of Seattle and home to Microsoft and Symetra. Jeff Bezos lives in our community. So it's very affluent. And so people don't realize that we have 4,200 students in our community that are living in poverty and at risk of hunger and homelessness every day. So that's who we are here to support. We support the child first and then the family with programs that provide food, clothing, educational scholarships, and emergency rent assistance.
Yeah, so Jennifer, you mentioned that your primary customers, your primary constituents are kids and families. And so when COVID hit and everything shut down, including the schools, which are a lifesaver for many of these families, what did you all do at Bellevue Lifespring to jump in? What happened?
You know, Michelle, that's a great question. We actually went to the superintendent who was on our board at the time and said, you know, what do you foresee the two top needs for students in your district? And Dr. Duran said food and emergency rent support. And our board made a very bold move back a year ago, March, and only focused on food assistance and rent assistance, and really put a stake in the ground that we wanted to ensure that no child in our Bellevue community experienced homelessness or hunger as a result of COVID-19. And so that was really our focus, and it has been our laser focus since COVID hit. And we will continue that focus until we get out of this pandemic.
So Jennifer, during the podcast, which everybody again needs to listen to, you brought up that you have a brand new campaign that is just getting started. Give where you live. I think it's an important message. Please share it with us.
So Dan, back in this March, we knew that we had to continue the momentum of our fundraising and really wanted to reach out to our corporate community, our corporate partners, because we knew that we all had to work together, our board, our volunteers, our staff, individuals, and the corporate community to reach this goal of ensuring that no child experienced hunger and homelessness. So we created this campaign, Give Where You Live, and we're partnering with our media partners, 425 Magazine, 425 Business, and Points Living Magazine. And as a sponsor of this campaign, companies get exposure as partners with us in media, in this media campaign, on our website, social media with Bellevue Lifespring. And it's really an opportunity for our corporate community to show that they are partner with us in supporting children and families in our community. And, you know, I'll add, I encourage anyone listening to really reach out to nonprofits in your own community and to give where you live, regardless of where that is, you know, what your passion is, volunteerism, giving financially. There's so many opportunities to support your own local community.
This is such amazing work, and I appreciate you coming and sharing your experience and story of Bellevue Lifespring and the work that Bellevue Lifespring is doing. Thank you so much for being a guest here on the Shrimp Tank. For our listeners that want to get in touch with you, what is the best way to learn more about Bellevue Lifespring or to reach you?
Best way is to visit our website, and it's bellevuelifespring.org. And for those that you don't know Bellevue, it's BELLEVUE, lifespring.org. And if you'd like to donate, it's /donate, and there's an orange button on the top right of the website. We have volunteer opportunities coming up. You can also email me, Jennifer@bellevuelifespring.org, or you can feel free to give me a call. My cell's 206-856-2731.
Well, thanks again so much. For listeners, make sure you check out all the replays on shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle and wherever you get your podcast, Google, Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and follow us on our show's social media pages, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
So everyone, please join us next week for our live stream broadcast on our Facebook page. Our guest is going to be Monica Blackwood from West Sound Workforce. My co-host will be Algelyn Sperber. Thanks again for joining us. Be healthy, be prosperous, have fun, because for right now, the shrimp is back in the tank. So long.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond.